Hey garden friends, today we are at Lowe's and I'm going to take you along to see what the garden center has. This is first week of April, and then I'm going to take you over to where I buy the remesh. I call it remesh panels. I don't know exactly. It's something they put in concrete to strengthen it, but it is what I make my plant supports with, and I'll show you the department that it is in my local Lowe's, and then I'll do another video later, maybe, or it'll be part of this one. I don't know. Of how I make those plant supports and how you can too. It's really easy. These are a good size to start with, so you don't have to do a lot of cutting. So let's get rolling and see what Lowe's has on their racks. I want to see if they have the wave petunias on their bargain racks. I love wave petunias, and even though I have a bazillion petunias, I don't know what colors they are. So if they have some here, the wave petunias, those are my favorite, then I'll pick me up a couple of 6-packs to put in some containers. So let's get rolling on our Lowe's shopping trip. All right. So here are some of the things that I've been looking at. I want one of these bird baths. I'm not sure. I kind of like those dark gray ones that have a finish on them. I don't know if those are the $86 ones or if those are just for those benches. And then the others are $58, which isn't too bad. My husband looked at the concrete and said they should hold up in our winters. So, though I do like those tall ones for $68. So, awesome options. They have them frequently, so it's not like I have to get it now. So, we'll consider that. Morning is when they do a lot of work around here, so there'll probably be noises of the forklift and others. But look at those pretty yellow flowers. Or orange. I got those last year and I put them in the front garden bed. I don't know if they took or not, so I'll see. Someone come behind me. 2 for $20 of those little hanging baskets. That's not too bad. So that's $10 a piece. And yeah, these were the flowers, and they were so pretty for so long in my greenhouse. These are $11. And look at this. Is this the lion's tail? Let me look. Nope, that's Jerusalem sage. I'm not familiar with that, but that's pretty. Probably not hardy in my zone. My zone, I should say my house. At my home. We can still get snow. So, oh, look at all the Vinka. Yeah, the Vinka wouldn't make it right now. At my house, it still gets too cold. But it does great along my sidewalk in the front where it gets really hot. Look at these snapdragons. Aren't those so pretty? I like that deep red. Now this is my favorite Vinka. Just the white with the button center. Oh, look at these. Some impatiens. Yes, way too cold for impatiens. Look at this one. Isn't that interesting? Look at that dark color. And that's a Vinka. Very interesting. $17 for that. Is that a flat? I think that's a flat. Yeah, that's a flat. That's not a 6-pack. Maybe I'm wrong. No, that is a 6-pack. Or 8-pack. Very interesting. I haven't seen those before. And that's pink. Okay, these are on a deal, 2 for $20. So 2 contain. Select 12-pack. And oh, so that's a 12-pack. 2 for $20. Oh, that's a good deal. So I might have to pick up these Vinkas on my way out. Because it's 2 for $20. And that would perfectly line my front walk for the summer. I just have to keep them in the greenhouse until it warmed up some more. So I see some petunias over there. So we'll see if they have any of my wave petunias. Look at the purple right there. So super cow. Now I met these folks at the horticultural show 2 years ago. And it says great in any weather, which they hold up in the cooler. Lots of rain if you have humidity. And these were a really good one. I think they said they're a cross, and I could be wrong. So don't quote me on this, of Calibrachoa and petunias. And that's what makes them so tough. Osteosperm. And look at that color. Isn't it beautiful? They are not very hardy at my house, but I have a friend who lives down the mountain from me, and they are at hers. They do beautiful all summer. I should try them for along the sidewalk, like instead of the Vinka, maybe. Over here, they have the marigolds. And it says 5, select 1 pint annuals. 5 for $10. That's really good. Look at this. If you had an area to fill, look at the different colors you could choose. The petunias, or if you wanted to make your own, a couple of containers, hanging baskets, this would work. So if you got 5 for $10, you could do 2 in each, 3 in 1. Get some alyssum to fill it with, and it should be beautiful. Yeah, really pretty. You see the boxwood behind me, $13. They used to be $8. Wow, they have gone up. But I have a video that and blog post where I share how you can start your own from cuttings. If you get one, then you can just take cuttings. Let's go on in and see what they have available inside. So I'm going to walk pretty quick past here. Oh, look at the big baskets. And I am going to check out the bargain racks first. And then I'll come back through and look at everything. Look at these snapdragons. I hope mine get as big. Now, the one that ended up being perennial at my house, oh, look at that color. I just dug up and transplanted. Hopefully it makes it through the transplant process. But yeah, look at these beautiful petunias. I did not see any containers of wave, so I'm getting a little nervous they aren't going to get them this year. A lot of early birds here. I was hoping to get early enough that there wasn't many people here, but I had an appointment first. So look at this camellia. Look at that thing. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So okay, over here's the bargain rack. Let's see what is on clearance. Ooh, I see some of those ready ship containers with beautiful petunias in them. None of these say wave petunias, but they have a bunch of them. So less than $2 is $1. So here's the pricing. I don't know if the pricing is the same at yours, but I think they kind of adopted a standardization. So $3, so that would be $2. Now it's 5 for $10 out there, so the bargain rack or the sale is actually better than the bargain rack, or close. Oh, look at these down here. I like those. Those are 13. So, let's see. I like those colors. So I'll go back and see what that would be. $7. Yeah, I think the Super Cal right now is a better deal out there, and they had some pretty colors too. So, oh, they got some of this is the same color as the one I have, but this would be a good deal. It used to be $8.98, so it would be $4, and it's that color of geranium. Those are the Martha Washington or Regal geraniums, and you could take cuttings and make a lot more and have a great selection. So more impatiens over here and more petunias. Let me see if these are the wave. Yes, these are the wave. Okay, normally $17, so that would be 50%. 17? Last year they were 12. Wow, how they've gone up. So they would be what? What's 17? That would be 8? A little over $8.50 each. Which, that is a beautiful color. I'm not a fan of the yellow, but that pink. Are they all one color, or are they mixed? Wait a minute. That's a 12-pack. Okay, that is well worth it. Yep, I'm going to go get me a cart. I forgot to grab a cart. And then I'll be back and pick up some. I did not notice that on the ones outside, that they were the wave. Okay, bad me for not getting a cart. Look at this one. This one is a proven winner selection. Vista View container full of petunias. It was $45, so that means it's on sale for $22.50 because it's half price, and that looks gorgeous. It looks like you could probably take 1 or 2 out of there if you wanted to keep it glorious all summer. And I like the colors, so that's a temptation. But I've picked up some petunias. I'm going to haul them back and get a cart. So let's roll and get a cart. So I got to start. So I might go back and get that purple container. That would be beautiful. Set on a pedestal somewhere in the garden. So for the price, I just might go get it. Now these are $8.50 each, and there's a 12-pack, so that's a pretty good bargain. Now citrus don't make it in my area, and I'd have to put it in the greenhouse to overwinter where it might make it. But walking by this aisle is so amazing because the blooms are so fragrant. My father-in-law, he lives down in a lower area in the valley, and he has all kinds of citrus, and boy, is it just perfumed the whole area beautifully. They've got, look at all these shipment they've gotten in. They've got geraniums. They had lots of the Martha Washington pelargoniums, like the one on the sale rack back there. But the colors that I want or are looking for, they didn't have on sale yet, but I know they will probably in the near future. So, and I'm over this way often enough that it will be an opportunity to pick one up half the price. Look at these Vista View ones now. That's $54. They were $45. See how just in a couple weeks they've gone up $10. But I like the pot. Isn't that pot pretty? Look at that. It's got this gray, kind of like a dappled look. Not dappled, where they do that granite type look. Those ones don't even look as big around as this one. Might be as tall, but I could be just the visual. But those are pretty too. I think I like this one better with the purple. Look at these little marguerite daisies. What are these? Yeah, marguerite daisies. I don't think I've ever saw them in that pink color. Those make a great companion plant to many things. Non-hardy below 32. So yeah, that would be used as an annual. So here's more of those drop in. Look at this verbena in there. Yeah, that's pretty. Looks like they got a little bumped around, but they would recover just fine. And I have some ferns. That one has some cordyline in it with the flowers. That's interesting. And more of the pots planted up there, but $54. Wow. That's a lot. So I'm glad I found one on the bargain rack. So they might have a lot of those on the bargain rack next time just because they're so expensive. Look at this columbine. Columbine will come back in most areas very well and spread. I don't know if these probably aren't a sterile hybrid, but dianthus, my dianthus should be doing good. Scabiosa, that's pretty. And these ones I got on the sale rack last year. So I think if I come back in a week or two, those will be available there. Now these things grow like wild at my house. They reseed themselves. So buying them is not a good use of money for me. Look at these over here, these ready fill. Now I don't know if any of these are on sale. There were some pretty good sales out front that I showed you. Look at that pretty. That beautiful petunia there, that is such a glorious color. Oh, that's in one of those ready feel. And I like that one too. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't see this as a sale rack. So, wow, that is a gorgeous color. All right, we're gonna head on into getting the racks or metal pieces. Oh, boy, there are a lot of employees. I guess they're getting ready for the morning or the day, but tons. Okay, here is some cushions. Morning.
Morning.
I need to look at cushions. $62. Okay, that's a bag and a bottom. Yeah, my chairs, the cushions, they're doing okay. I cover them most of the summer, but I know I will need to get some. I wonder if they'll have these on clearance. I'll have to keep watching at the end of the season. $62 seems an awful lot for a cushion. I guess I could just whip out some material and recover mine, which is an option. It's just time. All right, I'm going to continue over to the cement area, and that's where they have the remesh. I call them remesh panels. I should look at the real name. I'll get the real name off of the tag when I'm here. Look, that's a nice little gazebo thing, huh? Got the patio furniture out. I always love the beginning of summer here where they have all kinds of things set out like this. So you see we're going heading to the masonry department, and then we'll go around the corner. I wonder if I have that grit here. One year I saw the grit here for the garden, like when you want to loosen soil, like in pots and stuff. And then after that I couldn't find it. So that they don't just carry it in the garden department. Okay, so we're over here, and they are pretty rusty looking, but this is it. So it's 1998. Yeah, they're called remesh sheets. So 42 by 84 remesh sheet, 6.93 feet. They used to be bigger, and they used to be less expensive. Let's see, what did they used to be? I can't remember now. I think I did a video before and I didn't post it. So this is what they look like. And that's what I'm gonna pick up. I'll grab what wrestle one out of there and try not to get all rusty while I'm doing it. All right, let's see. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I could probably make a couple of supports with that one. So that'd be $10 a support. Oops, got stuck. So I wanted to give you a little helpful hint. Whenever you go shopping, garden center, you might have to pick up messy things. Like this remesh that I picked up is rusty. So you wouldn't want to put that against your upholstery, right? So I always carry this. This is a regular moving blanket. It stays in the back of my Suburban, and I will drape it over my seats, and I will then put the remesh panel on top of that, across the top of the seats. And that will protect my seats, but I can get it home. Now, I know a lot of people have smaller cars. I'm pretty sure this remesh panel, you see the size of it, could fit in a smaller vehicle if you have room to put it over the seats like that. So I laid the back seat down and then draped the cloth across the other back seat. We have 3 rows of seats in here, so just be mindful of that. I'm not sure you could fit this in a smaller car. You may have to use a rack on top and bungees. Always carry bungees. We have the kind that's a big net that's like a square, and that you could clamp down, you could bungee on top of your car. So that's an option. The other option is bring a pickup truck. But I wasn't with my husband today in our truck, so this was my option. So just kind of sharing with you what you could do if you have to haul it in a car. The other thing I always keep plenty of is these little packages, because you can get pretty grubby. I don't know, not too bad. Loading stuff like that. So, yep, keep a handy stash of these. I didn't get real close to this color earlier, but this is one of those Calibracoa Super Cal Petunia selections. It's $9. These aren't on this special sale, but look at that, where it has the yellow and then the lavender. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. So yeah, let me read the tags on these. Let's see, I got a lot of noise going on. Mounding annual, cold hardiness, not below 32. Well, that's typical. Check the bee hazard, space, and pollinator precautions on pesticide labels. Yeah, okay. Spacing 8 to 10 inches. Yeah, perfect. It doesn't say what the specialty of it, but I remember they would hold up in heavy rain. So you know how some petunias get all mushy and in humid, wet climates. So these were supposed to hold up under that and stay pretty. But they had a bunch of pretty colors of it. Okay, I'm gonna go see what kind of vegetables they have. One keeps dragging me in. That color, I think I shared it earlier. I've done so much today, I don't know. But this is Zion Purple Sun African Daisy Osteospermum. Yeah, that is just so gorgeous. Not hardy in my area, but if it went on sale, or if it was, I found one on the sale rack, I would get one. Here are all the vegetables. These are the cooler vegetables. Oh, some strawberries. Let's see, what do they have? Which one is that? Everbearing. Doesn't say the name, unless I'm just missing it. I love the Eversweet. That's the one I have, and I have quinault. I have the couple of others, but the Eversweet are the most flavorful sweet. You would not have to add any sugar if you made shortcakes with it. So they have a bunch of cherries. I just potted up a bunch of my super sweet 100s. These are $5 each. I probably will sell off some of them, but I'll probably sell them for $3. Those ones look like I got a little bit too cold. Black cherry, I have a black cherry. Haven't started it yet, I should. But those are $5 each. So yeah, I should be able to have a great sale. Early girl. Ooh, I didn't start an early girl this year. I always grow an early girl because they do produce early. I can't plan it out for a month, so I have time to pick one up. But what I always do is I look for 2 in one container, like that, and then I divide it out. And then, so really it's only $2.50 each. So, yeah, that one's a possibility. I may just go ahead and get this one. I always put early girl in my garden just because it gives me the earliest tomatoes, slicing tomatoes. So, look, they have peonies in. Oh, look at the pretty colors, and they're coming up. Now the peonies, I have a video. Is there a video? Or just a blog post on how to plant potted peonies in your garden. You can also keep them in pots. So if that's your desire, go ahead and do that. Now I had one of these blue star junipers and it didn't make it. Maybe it just was the area it was in, I don't know. And I don't know what the gophers will or will not eat always. And so look, there's some Japanese maples back there. My crimson queens are blooming pretty. I have a bunch that I grew from seed too. Oh, there's some more peonies back there. Oh, and another green Japanese maple. That one's really pretty. I love all my Japanese maples, and I don't have room for all that I already have, so there is one, I think, Orangeola, or was it Peaches and Dreams? That's the one I want. Oh, look at these Asiatic lilies. Now, these are the lilies that don't have scent, but they're tough, and they come back every year. I had hundreds, and the gophers ate the bulbs one winter. I'm putting them back in, but I'm planting them in large pots, in the ground. So the roots can go down through the bottom, but the gophers can't eat the bulb through the winter. And they do spread by seed, so that's a plus. So that's how I got so many. I bought 3 on the bargain rack, 3 tubers, or whatever they call lily bulbs, and put them in the ground. Isn't that pretty? That would be a great in a potted plant. Anyways, then those 3 ended up turning into hundreds because they spread by seeds. The bulbs multiplied, and oh, that's a beautiful black potato vine. Mine always bloom. That's why I got a kick out of the dark ones. So how much is that? $6. Now I don't need a bunch of plants. I gotta wait till I get what I already have going in the ground and see where I need to fill in. But look at that. That's some beautiful sedum, coral sedum. Yeah, look at these spiky things to put in to pots with other things. Oh, I love these. I can't keep them alive, but I love them. I probably tend to overwater them. But all the beautiful selections. They've got the beautiful impatiens there. Or begonias, I mean. Oh, let's go look. 5 for $10. I need to get out of here. I'm going to be blowing my budget, and even though I don't need plants, I can't resist plants. It's my drug of choice. Those are pretty. Oh, look at those fuchsias. I don't know if I think my fuchsia's coming back. I have it in my bespoke greenhouse where I overwintered it. But $8.98 for that one. I could wait till these get on the bargain rack. I kind of like doing that because not only do I get it at a bargain price, but it's like a treasure hunt every time I come over here and look. And it's not like I need it. So it's not like, oh, I'll pay full price. It's just that sometimes I just want it. And if I get it at a good price, I buy it. And if I can't, then I don't. That's my limited self-control there. So yeah, there's some grasses back here. I gotta see if my grasses that I got, where did I plant? Oh, they're up in front by the barrel, half barrels. Okay, there's some, excuse me, Proven Winner selections. Always like the euphorbia, it always does so beautiful for me. And those are gorgeous, pretty, pretty. And then over here, look at these. These I find so interesting. Last year I bought a Japanese carrots. Okay. All of these. Well, because they got a big shipment, there's tons of employees here. There's some daisies. These grow so easy from seed. I know a lot of people don't grow from seed, but once you have them, let me see, are those the Alaska daisies? The foliage looks like it might be the Alaska. The foliage is a little bit different. Oh, that's Marguerite daisies. Okay. Those are pretty too. I'm used to the Marguerite daisies having smaller flowers, but those are pretty. So some white geraniums. Excuse me. And here's the ground covers. The ice plant. These are the ice plants that get too tall for me. And they don't overwinter like the Table Mountain, the shorter growing. Now that one looks like it's a shorter growing one. Stays closer to the ground. And more peonies. Looking beautiful. Oh, look at these jasmines. That is a yeah, Carolina jessamine. I saw a pink one out front. I have a friend who has a pink jasmine. I'll just take cuttings from hers. I wonder if they refilled the racks again. I went out and loaded all my stuff. They might have refilled the racks. So look at these tiles. I've been looking for something to put in the patio garden that's bigger. I have flagstone in there, stepping stones, but because I can't get them really close together, the feet of my patio chairs sink down into the sand that's between the pavers. So I was looking for something larger that I could, put together that's tight instead of having gravel or sand between it that the chairs will sink into, because the chairs have like a spiky feet. I guess they're really made to be put on a hard surface and not on a gravel surface. But yeah, I guess the biggest ones are these ones down here. What size are they? And they look like they're big squares. Okay, so they're 15.5 inches square, so $5. So that's almost $3 a square foot. So I'd have to measure the area and see. Or turn it into garden area and just a small path and don't have a table and chairs there. I just like having the idea of a table and chairs. Right now I just have my big bench. Well, it looks like they have a big deal on their mulch. I don't like the dyed mulch. There's black, brown, and red because the dyes in it can leach in your soil. And that's not healthy for the soil. But I know a lot of people do like it. I have friends that really like the black mulch. So here's organic Miracle-Gro mulch. So I'm assuming that means it does not all natural. Doesn't have any dyes in it. So yeah, that's an option. I like getting what's called the monkey hair. It's a red fir bark that's shredded. It really lasts a long time. It's pretty, and I can get it in bulk. I don't have to have a bunch of plastic bags to throw away. Paver sand, how much is that? That's gone up. That's $4.88. Okay, and that one's $5.88. I wonder what the difference is. Oh, that one has stones in it, and this one's just sand. Okay. Oh, I know what I need to look at. I need to look at a fence piece. I think there's a bunch of people over there. Oh yeah, I can't get over there. It looks like they're $45 right over there. That, what I need, they're over there and I can't get over there, is $45. It's a picket fence, 8-foot picket fence section that I need to finish off the front. So put that in my calculation for my budget. So I think I'm pretty much done going over everything here that would be of interest to me. And yeah, it'll be fun to come back in a week or two and see what is back on the clearance racks. I have my full quota of petunias. I don't need any more of those, unless of course I need to plant an area for somebody, and I may have to do that, but I'll come back. Oh, look at these. I love this big lace leaf. I wonder, let me check out the tag. Crimson Queen, that's the one I have. Oh, so gorgeous. Let me see what price is this one. It's taller than mine, $75. I got mine on sale over at Green Acres, I do believe, for $30. It was in a 1 gallon. So coral bark. Oh, I've always loved the coral bark. That one's $75. So I wonder if they have them in smaller. Probably the ones I saw over there earlier that I shared behind that one rack was smaller size. So I wonder what they are. Look at that. This smells so heavenly. That looks like it's a grapefruit. Another grapefruit. My father-in-law has a big grapefruit tree that it's just dropping in those ruby grapefruits like crazy. And I've been picking up and giving them to friends who love grapefruit. I'm not a big fan of grapefruit, but they are, and they say they are the best grapefruits they have ever tried or eaten. So they are tree ripened, so that's probably what makes them so sweet compared to other grapefruit types. Okay. I wanted to see if I could get by that Japanese maple to see what the price is. I'll walk around really quick and see if I can. It is a smaller size. That is a Crimson Queen. Oh, are you kidding me? That one's $89. That other one must have been mismarked, or this is the new ones coming in, and the other ones are the priced for before. So crazy. So lesson, shop around. Even within the store, you may find one marked at a lower price than what you're seeing from a new shipment. So yeah. Okay, friends, that's it for the shopping trip to Lowe's. Got things loaded up. Now I'm meeting a friend over at Safeway. They get in the most beautiful flowers there, and they're reasonably priced. And we have a special event we're getting the bouquet for. And yeah, it should be fun to meet up with her. I've got about half an hour. Before then, I might need to grab something to eat, but yeah, it's in Safeway, so I can grab, some nuts, a package of nuts or something in there for some protein. Okay, I will see you in my next video. Hopefully this will come together. I have a feeling my microphone might have got muffled, so we'll even see if I get to post this. Hopefully it wasn't muffled too much, if it was. Okay, I will see you in my next video, and I will show you what I'm going to do with that remesh panel and how I make peony supports, tomato supports, all kinds of plant supports that they just disappear into the garden. The rusty metal just kind of, is no longer visible, but it provides the support you need. And there's another way. There's 2 ways, actually, I could use this. I should go get another panel. I'll just show you with this one. All right. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.